serious. All right. Each award season, the Jeff Awards reaches out to the theater community to seek nominations for a special award. The special award highlights accomplishments of someone who has significantly contributed to making the Chicago theater world a world-class destination for both artists and audiences. This year, we bestowed special awards on two individuals who have forged giant legacies in the Chicago theater community, Charles Newell and Roche Schulfer. Now, let me start with Charles Newell. Before I bring out Charlie's presenters, let me say a few things about, I think I can call him a friend. Let me say a few things about him. 13 years ago was when I first was directed by Charlie Newell and Porgy and Bess, where my wife, Alexis J. Roston, was Bess. She wasn't my wife then, but hey, things happen. He also directed me in Oedipus Rex, Gospel of Colonus, Othello. During the shutdown, Othello was the first show after the shutdown. During the shutdown, I got my first opportunity as an actor to be a part of production meetings, which also gave me an opportunity to make a check when we weren't working. Charlie has gone above and beyond as far as my career is concerned. Actually, I got my equity card at Court Theater. So they're near and dear to my heart. So I really congratulate him on receiving this well-deserved award. So now let me introduce Court Theater's Executive Director, Angel Seguirre, Board Member Marilyn F. Vitale, Playwright Nambi E. Kelly, Designer John Colbert, and Director Ron O.J. Parson, who will give you a glimpse in the range and the vision of Charlie's career.
Hello again. Tonight it is our distinct honor to present the 2024 Special Award on behalf of the Joseph Jefferson Committee to Charles Newell. It always feels weird to call him Charles. Working with Charlie has been a really collaborative experience. Charlie is a remarkable partner, and the impact of his guardianship and care will continue to manifest into the future because Court Theater has been transformed by Charlie's incredible legacy of 30 years as Artistic Director of Court Theater.
Hey y'all, hey. I have known about Charlie's excellent work at Court for years, so it's my greatest blessing to have my first Lord production as a playwright developed and produced at Court and developed with American Blues Theater, I love y'all, with Native Son. Charlie was so welcoming at every step of the process. By the time we closed, I felt like I could not only call him a colleague, but a mentor. This led us to develop and produce another play at Court called Stokely Carmichael, about Stokely Carmichael. I don't even know the name of my own play, y'all. Charlie's keynotes on my work wound up being the backbone of my post-production draft, which is currently being considered for multiple productions across the country. I am grateful for my time at Court, and especially grateful with my time with Charlie as an artist, mentee, and most importantly, friend. Congratulations, Charlie.
Things I've learned about Charlie Newell through our 30 years of collaborations. He is a world-class listener, not just hearing, but deep listening, seeking understanding. He is a text whisperer. He shares a sophisticated and singular understanding of the text, whether they be classic plays, adaptations of classic work, or newly commissioned scripts. He is an idea magnet. He values and considers input and ideas from all involved. Finally, he is a master editor. He makes firm, grounded, artistic decisions, having considered all the input and ideas from his collaborators. Thank you, Charlie, for all of yourself that you have shared with audiences, fellow collaborators, and me over those many years.
Yeah, I had to put these on too. I just want to say thank you to Charlie. My journey as a director in Chicago and around the country would not be where and what it is if it wasn't for Charlie bringing me to Court Theater 20 years ago. Together with the Joyce Foundation and Court Theater, we have been able to make a real difference in the Chicago theater community. Your legacy will live forever at Court Theater, the University of Chicago, and in the greatest theater city in the country. Let me say that again. The greatest theater city in the country.
Introducing Charlie Newell, y'all. Give it up, give it up, give it up.
This is Marilyn F. Vitale. It's been my honor to be the Marilyn F. Vitale Artistic Director at Court Theater. And I said, please, Marilyn, join me on the stage. She says, yeah, but I don't want to talk. So I said, I'll introduce you. This is Marilyn F. Vitale. Give it up. Well, you stole my opening line. I believe that the Chicago theater community is the greatest theater community in America. And that they are here, and all of you out there, that all the work that I've done with so many of you. Oh my God, this is incredible. My name is on the thing. It's so incredible to receive this special Jeff Award. Thank you, God. Dearest Jeff, they told me to speak there, but I want to speak here because I'm a little bit afraid of those steps over there, which I'm going to tell you about in a second. Dearest Jeff Committee, are you all okay standing there?
We love you, Charlie.
Okay. Jeff Committee, you have been so generous to Court Theater and to me personally. The very first show I did in Chicago was in 1993, The Triumph of Love, when Court received then, in its first time in its history, a Best Production Jeff Award. I was sitting in the Merrill Reskin Theater next to my wife. I was Associate Artistic Director of Court Theater at that point, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe that I'm here. We got nominated, isn't that awesome? And then the announcement came that we won the Jeff Award for Best Production for Triumph of Love. So I leapt out of my seat, clambered up the stairs like these at the Merrill Reskin, and the arm caught my foot, and this whole pocket ripped wide open. This is that suit. It don't fit me so good no more. It's a little bit too much on the shoulders and whatever, but I wanted to honor the Jeff Committee because that moment of that rip was the start of something that I could have never predicted. Thank you, Jeff Committee. It also led directly to me being offered, bless founding artistic director Nick Ruddle and current board chair Bob McDermott, who just passed away this summer, that they offered me to become the artistic director. That would not have happened without the Jeff Award for that debut in Chicago. The next 30 years of history, or 31 years of history, led to a life project for me, directing with Mark J.P. Hood, The Gospel of Columbus. The future of Court does include, as Anna mentioned, Berlin and Iliad, but most especially the honor for me to continue to give back to the community that has blessed me and my family with so much. Because our work, as we all know in the art and theater particularly, no one person, I'm really uncomfortable with just about one person's name on this. So let me just say, no one person makes the art that we do. It only works if it's a community of people that come together. And I mean a community writ large. Upon this, together with Angela Sigiri, when we stood on Radio City Music Hall stage and received the 2022 Regional Theater Tony Award, we were so proud. But because we could go back to Chicago and at every first preview or closing night, just like we did for East Texas Hot Links, we said, hey, you all are now Regional Theater Tony winners because you are Court Theater. Yeah. That gives you a sense of how much I want to share this award because it belongs to all of the artists. And by the way, there's a big group of court folks right over here, so I get to say our board members, our donors, but most especially the audience. You, the audience. Because without you, we ain't nothing. You have supported Court's work and our evolution, can you all hear me? In our evolution over the last 30 years. Located on Chicago's historic South Side and in residence at the University of Chicago, Court has held a unique opportunity to re-examine and redefine classic theater. And now, with Angela Sigiri, our executive director, and his leadership, and the foundation upon which Court Theater sits today, I am most optimistic to welcome a new artistic director that will take our theater to dazzling new heights. Finally, I want to just say, I believe that theater is a communal act of imagining. I believe it is a place for cathartic revelation about oneself and one's community. I believe it is necessary to be part of such a spiritual endeavor, a place of transformation that is, in my case, the sacred space, the sacred temple of Court Theater. And then to be honored in such a way, this is for me a Lifetime Achievement Award is what it is. And I'm going to wrap it up here because they must be wanting to play me off at this point. But anyway, this means more to me than you know. I share this award. I wish I could name everybody, but we'd be here for the next 2 weeks. I share this award with boundless others. But please indulge me if I may speak. One most singular name. My spouse, Kate Collins, who's right over here.